Hello there, hi. If you're new around here, my name is Aaron and I'm a Year 11 GCSE student who is also an entrepreneur on the side. In today's video, I'm going to take you through how you can create a professional looking website using a free service provided by Google called Google Sites. Google Sites is a great way to create a cheap or even free website for your business, your brand. And the reason for this is because it's much more customizable than it was a few years ago. You can now adjust the size of things, you can add in your own pictures, you can change the banner sizes. I personally think it is an amazing website that lets you customize and really develop your brand in your own way. This video is going to take you through a few different steps. I'm first going to teach you how to create the actual Google site itself. I'm then going to teach you about the pages and the fonts and the themes that you can have in your site. And then the end of this video is going to show you how you can publish it and even add a custom domain. So I'm going to take you through how I would design the website and the different sections that I would add and the buttons and the linking and everything that you need. I will be coming out with a separate video on my top tips for Google Sites, such as how you can add the purchasing feature if you're selling things like digital items or even physical items. And I will also be coming out with a separate video that teaches you how you can purchase your own domain with Google Sites with a .com link or .co.uk link. So the first step is obviously going to be to create the Google Sites. Now, there are a few different ways you can do this. You can go to sites.google.com and press blank template, or you can go to your Google Drive, press new, and then more, and then sites, and then go from there. I'm just going to show you how to do it the way I always do it, which is just going to Google Sites directly and pressing blank template. So on my computer, I am using a Mac, but this process will work exactly the same if you're using Windows. The interface will just look a little bit more different. So on my computer, I've opened up my web browser and I'm just going to go to sites.google.com. And this is the quickest way for me that I can access my website that I have on the side of my main business with my business partner. Once I've opened Google Sites, I will be greeted with this page. Now this page has a template gallery, which you can click on to see all the different templates that you've got. Particularly, actually, I wanted to draw your attention to this one here, class. Now, because my channel is aimed at teachers as well, I'm going to make a separate video on how you can create a class website so your students can access their homework for the week, your Google Classroom folders, everything like that. But for this specific example, I'm actually going to choose a blank template because I always like to start fresh. When I'm building a website, I don't like there to be anything on there. Then once your untitled site, you could call it, loads, you will be greeted by a few different things. So on the right-hand side of my screen anyway, on the right-hand side of the Google Sites webpage, you are going to find a little column box. Now, be warned, this column box will not show up on your actual website. This is just for you to design it. So, as you can see, it's pretty simple at the moment. You've got your insert tab where you can insert different pictures and text. You can insert images that you can flick through, buttons, which I will talk about in a minute, dividers, spacers, social links, all of that. And the nice thing is Google Sites also incorporates the different Google features, especially Google Forms. If you're a business, you're really going to want to use Google Forms. And I do have a separate video coming out on how I use Google Forms as an entrepreneur. So the first thing I always like to do when I am designing a website is figure out what pages I'm going to need. So I'm going to come to the pages section of Google Sites. At the moment, I only have one page, and that's my home page. This is the page that people will land on when they visit your website. So, like I said, I'm doing my website on a photography company. Let's think about what photography companies would need to have on a website. So, I might want an about section. I'm going to type that. I've pressed the plus and pressed new page. And as you can see, it's created a section about us on the top bar here. If you didn't see that, you can come to the plus and press new page. They would also want a contact section. They might have a space for a portfolio. Maybe they want to showcase their work. And another page, price requests. I think I spelled that right. So now I've got my basic pages that I need for the website. I can actually just get in and start designing. So I always go, first of all, to the themes tab. This allows me to customize my own theme. So I'm gonna go to custom. You don't have to do this, by the way. You can just scroll down, and Google have got different themes for you. If I am using it, I would recommend going for the one that's called Impression here at the bottom. It's really, really nice and simple. As you can see, it's just changed now, so it changes the fonts for you. But I'm going to start from the very beginning, and I'm going to teach you how to do it. So I'm going to press this in Pages, Custom. I'm going to give it a name. I actually didn't think of a name. I know I said I made a logo, but I'm going to name it just Photography Company. Very creative. Nope, that's not Isabel Company. Then I can, which is really nice actually, I can choose my brand colors for the website. This is another thing that Google really does really well. They can choose things for you. So I'm gonna go for this bluey pink theme over here. This is my favorite part, the fonts. This is where you can choose your brand fonts. So if I'm thinking photography, I want something elegant and I want something old school maybe. And my personal favorite for that is, oh, I have not added it. Here's another side tip, how to add more fonts into Google. You can press this more fonts button. And you can actually, like, you've got a lot of fonts here already. So I personally love Poppins and I don't know how to say that, Montserrat for body fonts. So that's the main text that everything's going to be in. And then I said I wanted something old school and classic and quite elegant. And I really like Playfair Display for that. And I'm going to click OK. So for the titles and headings, I want Playfair Display, which is that sort of elegant font that I was talking about. And I'm just going to look for it here. And I'm going to make this bold. And then for my body text, I am going to go for Montserrat, if that's how you say it. And I'm going to go for light. And I'm going to press create theme. What that's going to do is that is going to generate a whole theme for you for your Google site. So it's going to give your navigation bar the same fonts, those title pages the same fonts. You'll notice here where it says your title page. And that is the basic sort of foundation of the website. Now, let's talk a little bit about the navigation, because this is what people will click on to navigate through your website. If you come over to themes and navigation, you've got a bunch of different options. So you can choose for it to be transparent at the top. So that would mean that it can be a bold color. You can leave it transparent. I usually leave it transparent. I just think it looks a bit more aesthetically pleasing. You can also talk about the buttons and the dividers within those pages, which is not part of the navigation. I don't actually know why they put it in the navigation section. Anyway, then you've got the color when you scroll. So if you notice, when you click on a page, or when the customer clicks on a page, you've got these options here for what you want to happen. So if I clicked on the contact us page, currently it would go bold, but I can click on here and I can change that to, I can give it a background color, which would mean that it turns purple in this case. You can change that, or I can underline it, or I can just bold it, leave it simple. And I usually always go with underline. I don't know why, I just personally like the way it looks. And because it's my brand colors, Google has already put them in, I don't have to change the color or anything. So that is my navigation sorted in terms of my that's my navigation sorted in terms of me customizing it. Now you can also choose where you want your customization, where you want your navigation bar to go. If you come over to settings, and the first one is going to be the navigation setting, and press this triangle here, you can actually choose for your navigation to be on the side. So what you'll notice is that now I don't actually have anything at the top. I've only got these 3 dots, and when I click on these 3 dots, this comes up. This, in my personal opinion, I've never done this, but for this example I think I will, because it's just nice. I think it looks quite nice personally. And you'll see you've got this little information button here that says you can edit this. So you can change the order of things, you can change where everything goes. So again, if I click on the 3 dots and I go to navigation, oops, no, not the 3 dots. If I click the 3 dots and press edit and go to navigation, you can change the color of when the background is scrolled. So let's say I want it to be gray. There you go. So the sidebar has changed to gray. Now, because I chose blue and a light pink for my theme color, I'm gonna go in and I'm actually gonna press a custom color, and I'm gonna look for a blue that I like. So let's go for a lightish blue, and I'm gonna do it like that. So now when I click this, it's got a nice blue on the side. Perfect. Now before we continue, I am going to give my Google site a name, just so it's easier for me to recognize what it is. I'm just going to call it Simple Photography Company. And automatically it will come up on here. I usually just get rid of that. I've never really had the site name there. I will have my logo there if I want, but I honestly think that it's just nice to just have it blank and just have a picture there. So because I'm creating a photography company, I'm going to want different pictures on my homepage. So I can actually change the header type here so I can have it cover the front page. Or I can just have it as a title only, which is where I will go in and edit my text. Now, I'm not going to get too much into this, but I'm just going to create a simple title page that welcomes the customer, tells them who we are, and just gives them a little bit of an introduction into the company. So on my title page, I'm going to type in, welcome to the photography company. And I can change the font size so it fits on one line. That's perfect. And I'm just going to add a simple text box, so you can come over to insert text box. Yeah. And I'm just going to say since 1980, which is an absolute lie, but hey ho, it's an example. And because these two are quite far apart, I'm actually going to change the spacing as well. So I'm going to come to single, which is nice, but it's still a bit too far from the top. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to just change this to 0.8. And you'll notice they are a lot closer together. And I'm going to do the same for the top one as well. Custom spacing, 0.8. There we go. Perfect. And I'm actually going to make this a little bit bigger. Oh, nope, not that big. Wonderful. Now, in a normal situation, I would actually change the header type for a large banner. And this large banner would be of a photo of anything. So because it's a photography company, could be a camera. In fact, let's see if they have any cameras in Google's gallery, because Google provides you with a gallery. Let's see. I'm not finding any sort of camera pictures, so I'm just going to pull one from Google. I'm literally just going to type in, camera. Yeah, I'm just going to type in camera. Now, if you are creating this website for a business, you want to be careful where you get your pictures from, because if they're not for commercial use, then unfortunately, you can't use them because you didn't make the item. So I'm just going to take this picture here, and because I'm not posting it anywhere, I'm just using this as an example. So I'm going to take this picture here of a camera, and I'm going to, a really bad example actually, it doesn't look very, very clear. So I'm just going to search for camera stock, which is, a stock image is just an image that's fake, basically, that's been taken on purpose. There we go. This one looks nice. I like this one. And when I open the photo on Google, I'm going to right click and I'm going to press save image. And this image is I'm just going to save it directly to my desktop, because for the sake of this example, I'm going to go back to my Google Sites and I'm just going to press change image, upload. And I'm going to find that picture on the desktop. And then it's going to insert it into the banner. Now, it looks a little bit off at the moment. That's because Google is adjusting it so that the text doesn't clash with the picture. Now you'll notice that the picture has been grayed down a little bit so you can see the text. So there is a simple sort of way on how to add text, add a photo into the banner. You can, to make the actual like contents of the slides, you can use the content blocks. So if I wanted to add a picture and text, I would click this one here. I could add my own picture, edit my text. Again, with these, I can add 2 pictures, continue to edit the text. When it comes to publishing it, you just need to hit that big blue publish button, and it's going to ask you to it's going to ask you to make a domain, which is free from Google. So the only thing is, it will be sites.google.com / the name that you choose. I'm just going to publish for an example. And then when I click the arrow and press view published site, this is what you will see. Because I'm on a computer, this comes up, which is actually really nice. But when I use the different device tools, when I'm on a mobile phone, this is what it will look like. And I've got the 3 bars here, which will allow me to choose whatever page I want. Same with a tablet. Now, before I end the video, I did want to talk a little bit about buttons. Now, buttons are helpful because they can direct you to different things. They can allow email writing, whatever. So let's say, for example, I was in the contact section, which I'm going to go to now. So hit 3 things, press contact us. And I'm going to come here and press button. Now, the button will need a name and a link. So I'm just going to press contact. I'm going to give it the name contact us. I'm going to open a new tab and I'm going to type in email to link generator. And I'll tell you why I'm doing this now. So the button will allow me to send an email literally just by clicking it. It will automatically open up a new tab in Gmail or Outlook or whatever you're using. So let's say the email was to... Let's say the email was to me. Just use my email as an example. Oops, at gmail.com. Subject is going to be help. Subject can be general inquiry. Now you can put in a subject, but I just usually just leave my email in there. And I'm going to press this blue button here that says copy code. Then I'm going to come back to Google Sites and I'm going to press where it says the link, Command V, mail to, whatever your email is, press insert, resize it. Then when I look on the device section, when I press the button, it opens. As you can see, it's on coming up on my computer. I'm not going to let it because it's obviously got my personal emails, but it will open up your default email app so you can send an email to whatever email you've written. That's it for today's video, guys. I hope I haven't rambled on too much. I hope you found some of it useful. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're on 16 subscribers already, which is insane. It's only been, I think, 4 or 5 days since I created this channel. And yeah, thank you guys so much for the support. But until then, don't stress yourself out, and I'll catch you in the next one.